Welcome everyone to the Speed Kills podcast. I have some very big channel news, and that channel news is the Speed Kills podcast is available on all listening platforms. It is available on Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast. All the links to the audio-only podcast are in the description below, so make sure to go subscribe and follow on whatever listening platform you use for podcasts, so make sure to do that. And if you are not subscribed on YouTube, make sure to subscribe on YouTube, because I think YouTube is the preferred listening and watching method for this podcast. But make sure to go and support the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio to help grow this podcasting community that we have been building here on YouTube. So make sure to go in the links below in the description and go click on whatever you listen to for your podcast and make sure to connect up there. Leave me an iTunes review, leave me a Spotify review, leave me a Google Podcast review, and let's grow this podcasting community that is the Speed Kills podcast. And I've been thinking about making up a name for my podcast listeners, a podcast that I listen to called The Adam Lefkoe Show for Bleacher Report. They call their fan base the 33 Percenters. Tell me in the comments below what our fan base should be here at the Speed Kills podcast should be called, so I can call you guys by a name. Should it be the 33ers? Should it be the Speeds? Should it be the Kills? Tell me what it is. I don't really have a good name right now, so make sure to drop down in the comments what our fan base should be called. Also, any questions that you have, make sure to drop them down in the comments below. I love talking to you guys in the comments, love engaging with my viewers and my commenters, so make sure to do that. And go support the Speed Kills podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcasts, as well as Spreaker. So make sure to go and support the podcast on there. And that is the big news that we have today for the Speed Kills podcast. Make sure to stay tuned for more videos and more content that I am trying to pump out here on the Speed Kills podcast. Stay tuned for the next video.